From patients who barely lose any weight to individuals who ghost the doctor for months due to their lack of progress, here are times when Dr. Now snapped on my 600-pound life.
Hey, babe.
Hey, honey.
Lacey's that type of person that'll give you your shirt off her back. That loving, caring, snuggle bear kind of person. So Lacey asked me to come to the bathroom, and sometimes I do help her wipe herself. It doesn't bother me because I love her a lot, and I really like to keep Lacey happy.
Lacey Buckingham was 36 years old and weighed 593 pounds when she began her weight loss journey.
My greatest love in life is food. I absolutely love food. Make sure you put butter in the skillet for the bacon.
That's fine.
I consider myself a bad food addict. Like it's an IV pump into my arm. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no greater pleasure in this world than eating food. Food, it's everything to me. From even my earliest memories, that's how it's always been for me.
At this point, her life revolves around eating, and she doesn't care about what it's doing to her health and even her relationship.
I don't know what to say. That's about what I expected, but it's still hard to see that number. But I'm glad I wasn't heavier than I thought. That's at least positive. And now, I just hope I can get the help I need.
It's evident that Lacey is in complete denial about how bad things have gotten for her.
Issue with your eating habit that you're not able to lose weight.
Too much carbohydrates.
That's not the problem. The problem is if you know you're eating too much carbohydrate, why are you doing something about it?
I kind of gave up on myself, I guess. Lazy
Okay, Lacey, you're 36 years old.
Yes.
So you have a goal in your life.
Yes, I want to lose weight and have a happier lifestyle and grow in my relationship with Ricky.
Okay, so you got the goal to have a productive life.
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, what are you going to do to get there?
Anything.
Then why haven't you already tried to do something if you want a productive life and to change things?
I've tried, I guess.
She thinks that getting weight loss surgery will fix everything, but Dr. Now obviously disagrees.
Hi, Lacey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, good. Well, Lacey, I was worried that it's been almost 3 months since you were supposed to follow up with us. I haven't heard from you, so checking to see what's going on.
Well, definitely I'm taking way much better care of my health than I was before.
So how are you doing with your eating habit? Do you think you lost any weight?
Yes, I'm sure I have.
Okay, so why haven't you contacted us if you're doing so well?
Well, there's been a lot of changes. A lot of great stuff's been happening. I got engaged. And me and Ricky have been working on moving down to Houston.
The next month, Lacey has been following the diet, but she has missed her appointment with Dr. Now.
And I had to, prepare mentally and physically to, move before I moved down there.
Well, Lacey, if you haven't lost any weight, then there's no point to move to Houston because I'm not moving ahead with you. So you have to check your weight to see that before you move here. You understand that?
I understand completely.
You should have easily lost over 100 pounds. But I'm not sure about that from how you look right now.
Lacey tries to make up a bunch of excuses, but Dr. Now is done with her lies.
Dr. Now didn't react like I thought to how we're ready and committed to move. Me and Ricky have put in a lot of work to make that happen. And I think it shows the level of commitment I have since I'm ready to just leave everything behind here to start again there. And I think Dr. Now will understand once I'm there and sees how far I've come. The plan is to move next week, keep working just as hard, get weight loss surgery, and start a new life with Ricky.
Before moving to Houston, the doctor wants Lacey to go and get weighed to assess her progress, but she clearly has other plans.
You know what, babe? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand. I'm busting my and I'm trying to put a blind eye through a lot of Look, if this is you lying to me, I have no problem taking this ring back and giving it back and saying, I ain't gonna stay in Texas away from my family. She ain't gonna do what this program's meant for. What's the point of me being around?
I did not give up on you,
You
Ricky.
have not brought him up good, positive way, not one time.
love you, Ricky.
She lied.
I have told you
Ricky,
and told you and told you I would do anything for you, Ricky, and I told you I'd screw her up.
I don't know anymore.
But during the move to Houston, Lacey gets into an argument with her boyfriend after Ricky's sister calls her for not being serious about her weight loss.
Hi, my name's Lacey Buckingham. I'm at this gas station, and I'm from Washington State. And the driver, Sharon Gilmore, and my ex-fiance, Ricky, are driving me to Pasadena, Texas. I'm scared because I'm going to be dropped off in this parking lot. I am disabled. I have, a 6x12 trailer, and I'm just not sure what I'm doing right now.
Ricky ends up leaving Lacey in the middle of the move.
Well,
what's your name?
Lacey Buckingham.
My name's Doug.
Doug. Mentally, I'm very exhausted, and I need to be checked out. I have cellulitis in my left leg. I have lymphedema, and my oxygen is messed up.
Okay.
That's my oxygen.
Can we take you to St. Joe's and Bryant?
Yes, please.
It's the closest hospital.
Yes, please.
Is that okay?
Can I please bring just this?
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. He'll hold this.
Can you hold this, please?
Soon enough, cops arrive at the scene, and Lacey never makes it to Houston.
It's not good enough. That's a really big shock to me because I really thought I'd lost more. So I'm confused and upset because I've worked so hard. I'm a food addict, and I've been giving up the food I want for a while. So I feel like I should have a lot more of a result. And so to have such little progress is like a punch to my face.
She finally makes it to Houston after dealing with her breakup.
So where do you live now?
I don't live anywhere now. I was moving to Houston, and the apartment that I was going to live in fell through, so that there's no apartment here. And I have no things, no furniture for the apartment, just my pills and my body and some clothes.
So look like you got too many issues to tackle in your life right now.
Yeah, lots of.
Unfortunately, she has not lost any weight, and Dr. Now is not happy about that.
Then you have to lose at least 50 pounds to show me you're committed to take responsibility for your life. And you're putting in the effort to change. If not, then it won't matter if you're living down here. Because we're not moving ahead with you until you do that. So, you have the guidance that we give you, and you have to use that. So stick with healthy eating habit. Read the stuff we gave you every night and check out and see what you did wrong, and don't make those mistakes tomorrow.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
But the doctor lets her know that once she sorts all of this out, she needs to make some serious effort with her weight loss.
Can you put some soda in there, please?
Sure.
I don't usually eat a big breakfast, so my drink is what I really want most. That's one of the most important things to me, is to have my cup filled with what I like. The soda I like. And I nurse that all day long, even when I'm not eating. But I can't get all that myself, so Leroy helps me a lot. He's almost the same age as me. He's just a little older, so I like hanging out with him when we can. He and my mom are basically my whole world now.
Ryan Barkdahl was a 31-year-old from Montana who weighed 740 pounds, and his unhealthy eating habits were to blame.
The fact that I'm 31 and living with my mom, it's like I failed. So I just eat to forget about it and not think about it. But that's what's killing me. I had to go to the hospital a couple months ago, and they told me I was 740 pounds. And I never thought I'd be at that weight ever. And I could barely get around, and I'm just getting worse. So I'm just stuck in this downward spiral.
Ryan's life is pretty miserable, but every time he feels sad, he turns to food to avoid all his feelings.
And how much you weigh?
Last time I weighed about 740 pounds.
And that was how long ago?
Roughly 2 months ago.
Do you think you gained since that time or not?
I think I'm probably somewhere about in the same ballpark.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11" and 3/4 on paper.
Okay. So if all that information you gave me is accurate, then your BMI is 103, which is extremely high, and it means your body has a lot of strain on it. And that is a very dangerous place for you to be.
When he meets Dr. Now for the first time, Ryan gets a major reality check about his addiction to food.
The friends that I was hanging out with in Oregon decided to go down a nasty, dark path. And I had the opportunity to move over here with one of my friends that did live here at the time. So I wouldn't try to follow them down that path. And so that's what I did. I up and left Oregon. So I didn't make the bad life decisions that my friends at the time were making and came here.
So you moved to Montana for friends, but now after 5 years you have no friends, and it snows a lot, and you overeat because of that?
I wouldn't say it like that.
Ryan has the tendency to blame others for his mistakes, but Dr. Now doesn't let him do that this time around.
Okay, Ryan, do you have any goal in your life?
Absolutely. I want to get my life back. I want to lose weight and be successful, not have to rely on my mom that I do now at 31 years old.
All right, so do you work?
As of now, no. I've been on disability, but prior to that, I did work.
What did you do?
I was a wireless sales consultant for cell phones.
And that was getting out of the house and doing things, or was it online?
No, that was out of the house 8 hours a day.
So now you don't get out of the house and you are on disability.
Yes.
The more Ryan talks, the more frustrated Dr. Now gets at his unserious attitude.
I put myself on the diet that I'm on right now to lose weight.
So you're dieting right now?
Yes.
Okay, is it working?
Yeah, it actually has been working. I don't snack nearly as much as I used to.
Well, if it is working and you think you're losing weight, why did you tell me you think you're the same weight as you were a couple months ago? So, a typical day, what do you eat?
It really varies. Some days I'll personally order food like pizza or sandwiches and have it delivered. And then other days, my mom cooks. So eggs and sausage is a big one for me. I like breakfast burritos, so I'll put eggs in it, sausage in it, cheese in it. And then dinner is chili, enchiladas, spaghetti, like a lot of pastas, tacos.
All right, so do you snack?
He's bewildered by the amount of food Ryan eats in a day.
Their scale cannot read my weight.
The weight limit on the scale they have seems to be 660 pounds. But regardless of your exact weight, I'm going to give you the same goal. In 2 months, I want you to get down to 650 pounds. You think you can do that?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
If you're still getting around, then you're likely in the low 700s. You're looking at a weight loss goal of around 60 to 70 pounds over the next 2 months to get to 650. And then we can check your weight. So stick with the healthy eating habit and do diet and exercise.
The next time he meets Dr. Now, Ryan thinks he has an easy way out, but Dr. Now isn't too sure about that.
We're gonna go right in this room here. I'm gonna let you have a seat. Take your time.
I don't understand that. I think the scale is malfunctioning. It has to be, because I know I've lost a lot of weight. So that's not right. It can't be.
The same thing happens the next time.
The scale's malfunctioning. It won't give me a weight.
Is it malfunctioning or are you still over the weight limit of the scale?
I know I made it to your goal, Dr. Now. I worked hard, so I'm at least under 650 pounds right now.
So you believe you're under 650 pounds?
That's correct.
All right. We will agree to disagree then, because you don't look like you lost much weight since our last call. So whatever progress you made, it wasn't a lot. So that's not good. But the test we ran on you last time showed that it is safe for you to travel. So you can make the trip to Houston. So let's go ahead and see if you can come down to Houston so we can visit with you. And we can check your weight with our scale.
Okay.
And while Ryan tries to claim that the scale is malfunctioning, it's evident that he's just way over the limit of the scales.
If I'm gonna get there in time for my next appointment with Dr. Now, it's in about 9 days from now, and I don't want to miss it. Because I've been working really hard, and I want to show Dr. Now how well I'm doing. But my mom and Leroy are saying they need more time to get things ready. And so I've been frustrated with them because they knew I had this appointment coming up. Because come hell or high water, I'm gonna find a way to get to Houston, with or without them if I have to.
But after the doctor tells Ryan to come to Houston to check his weight there, there's a bunch of hurdles along the way.
Since my last call with Ryan a few months ago, he seems to have fallen off the map. We set an appointment with him here in Houston to see where his weight is and if he is actually losing like he said. But that was supposed to be a month ago and he never showed up. And he hasn't been answering my call. But my office finally got hold of him and set up a call with him today.
By the 7th month, Ryan has completely ghosted the doctor and failed to show up in Houston.
So every time we call him, he doesn't answer his call. And it seems like he's not serious about saving his life. So I'm not sure where we go with Ryan. So I'm going to call him on the cell phone and see. I'm doing okay. How have you been?
All I'm doing right now, I'm dealing with some family stuff here in Oregon.
But we're pushing along.
Well, you haven't been answering your calls, so we haven't been able to get in touch with you and see what's going on.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen you call because I have you on my phone under Dr. Now, so I haven't had any missed calls from you.
And this time is no different because Ryan tries his best to avoid the doctor once again.
All right. And you doing your exercises?
Yeah.
Okay. So after we get your current weight at the clinic, I want you to give me a call on video and see how you look like. So we'll set that appointment for you. And then if everything looks good with your weight and the test, I'll see you here in Houston at the end of next week.
That sounds great.
All right. Talk to you later. It looked like Ryan keep making excuses, so I'm not sure where we go with that with Ryan. I think Ryan is intentionally avoiding video call with me. So he either not made any more progress or put on some weight. Because my guess is he's likely still in the 700s.
Ryan keeps giving the doctor a bunch of excuses and claims that he will be in Houston soon, but Dr. Now isn't buying it. Ryan is actually the first patient to fail to show up for Dr. Now's appointments for the entirety of the episodes.
Food is my go-to drug that takes my pain away. And I love cooking for Cheyenne because Cheyenne loves my eggs and bacon. All right, Cheyenne, I'm gonna go start breakfast. Food is more than just a pleasure. It's my reason for existing. What was that, like 15 eggs? Yeah. I can't wait for the first bite of something that will make me forget about all the misery of my life.
Dolly Martinez was a 25-year-old who weighed 594 pounds, all thanks to her addiction to food.
Oh, my back's killing me already. It's hard to relate to a skinnier person because they don't understand the struggles we go through. We get told on a daily, oh, you're big. I know that I'm big. You didn't have to say it. Chocolate chip macadamia nut. Oh, this is my favorite. It is? Yeah. One's bigger. Here, you put in this cart.
Dolly has no energy to do anything, but when it comes to food, she's willing to go the extra mile.
So you're looking to lose weight?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you are 593 pounds and you're 5'2", so your BMI is 108. So that's a very high BMI. And your body is under a lot of strain because of that. So I'm glad to hear you want to change that and improve your health. So you have just over 450 pounds you need to lose. And you're 25?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Well, at what age you noticed that you were overweight? Mom, any help from you?
She's had weight issues most of her life.
When Dolly meets Dr. Now for the first time, he tells her that if she doesn't start changing now, things will never get better for her.
I'm married, legally married, and I was living with my husband. He was the one that was feeding me too much.
So he was your enabler?
He was my enabler. My mom's not feeding me too much.
Who bring her food? Does she get it herself?
I cook it, and she comes to the table.
So if that's how she gets her food, why don't you make less? So, Dolly, what do you eat between meals?
I snack a little too much.
And it's not just Dolly. Dr. Now sees that her mom is part of the problem, too.
All right.
It's not just this in between my legs. It's,
What do they call it? A fupa?
I guess they call it a fupa nowadays. I don't know if you've heard that term.
Well, you know, that's where your body is trying to store some fat here and there. Ran out of the places, it's going to store it over there, too. Dolly, is very important for you to start losing weight.
Yes, sir.
And you're struggling to even breathe now.
He needs Dolly to realize how serious her situation is.
I was more focused on being depressed and upset and other stuff. And, I tried to do it, but then temptation started to get a hold of me, and I let that win.
When Dolly comes in for her next appointment, she's only lost 17 pounds.
Well, that's a good start, but you have to do a little bit better than that. So
Yes,
what
sir.
happened this time?
I'm having a hard time with my portion control.
Essentially, you made what changes to...
I stopped with the bread and the pastas and the rice and all the sugary stuff.
Okay.
No sodas, no juices.
Mom, how is she doing with her eating habit?
It's just portion control. I'll put a portion on her plate, and then later on she'll go back.
And obviously Dr. Now is not happy about that.
Do you have like something that I could go to instead of going home that could help me with my temptations and all this, and to help me lose more weight?
Well, why do you need somebody else to do that? You have to start taking responsibility for yourself and do some stuff for yourself. And that is the issue that you need to work on it. Okay? You think you can do that?
Yes, I'm trying.
At this point, Dr. Now is baffled by Dolly's non-serious approach to getting better.
That's weird. I thought I lost more than that. But anyways, I'm still excited because I've lost almost 30 pounds now. And that's almost halfway to Dr. Now's goal if you add it up. So I hope he sees the total of everything that I've done.
When she goes to see the doctor the next time, she still hasn't lost as much weight as she was supposed to.
And now you're living in a hotel with your new fiancé who has no job and you have no job. So how are you all managing with you carry on everything in your life?
We just use his disability check for the hotel, for a place to stay, and then we have food stamps. So we use food stamps for food. And
So how long do you know each other?
for like 6 weeks or something like that.
But this doesn't seem like a healthy situation with you. And your lack of progress shows that because you only lost 10 pounds in 3 months. So that means you have only been losing 3 to 4 pounds a month.
But while Dolly hopes Dr. Now will understand her situation, he is confused about her rash decisions.
And Dr. Now wanted me to lose 60 pounds in 2 months. So if I did that, I'd be 506 pounds today. So that means I would have had to lose 120 pounds to stay on target. And I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. But I'm hoping I got to the original goal of 60 pounds, which would put me down around 500 today. All right, well now I've lost a total of about 40 pounds. That's pretty good. That's almost 60.
This is Dolly's last chance to prove her commitment to getting better, but she just hasn't lost enough weight.
So what is going on with you? Where are you staying now? Where's your boyfriend? Last time you had a new boyfriend that you just met.
Yeah, right now he's at the hotel.
So that's your best friend?
Yes.
Okay, how long you know your best friend?
For maybe a year. It feels like we've known each other forever, though.
Well, that's not reality. Reality is that you're choosing the support system with the people you don't really know. So, Mom, what happened that she left home?
I was told that I'm too controlling.
He starts talking to Dolly about her living situation and calls her out for her impulsive behavior.
The first thing that comes to my mind when I open my eyes up is I say, God, I thank you for another day.
Because it is a struggle being overweight. And when you get to be super morbidly obese, it's really a struggle. When I go to bed,
I toss and turn and roll from side to side all night long because I fear that I'm not going to wake up.
Larry Myers was a 45-year-old from New York who started his journey at 648 pounds, and he was absolutely miserable living his life as an obese person.
gotta start your morning off with breakfast. At least when I cook, I can show the Lord I feel gratitude. Because I don't just crave my favorite meals, I love them. English muffins, yes. I need what food does for me. It takes the pain and fear of what's gonna happen to me away.
But all of his worries fade away when he gets the chance to eat.
Oh, yes! They got ice cream? Yes! Let's get some ice cream. Let's get some cookies and cream.
How many you want?
3 would be good.
Larry knows that he's slowly killing himself with his eating habits, and he needs to start changing now.
Hello.
Hi, Larry. How you doing?
All right, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How you feeling?
Not too good, doctor.
Where are you hurting?
In the upper part of my leg, the back and the front. Not just from the long distance ride. It feels more like when I had a DVT in the past, because it's like a popping.
When he makes the trip down to Houston, the journey takes a massive toll on Larry's body.
So, do you live at home?
I live at home. I have a home health aide that comes and is an enabler. Because certain things I could do for myself, I'm being honest with you, certain things I could do for myself, I call on him to do it for me. And I'm tired, doctor. That's not a normal way to live.
How do you get the food? They bring you food?
He brings me food, I'll go in the kitchen and I'll sit in the chair and cook the food in my air fryer.
The doctor immediately starts examining Larry, and he is shocked at how bad his condition is.
We ran some tests on him. Unfortunately, everything is normal. I think Larry has been in the car for 5 days, and he's worn out, and his leg got sore and got some swelling. We can give him some medication and let him rest, and then send him home.
Excellent.
So all you need just rest. Part of your lab report is back, and what count is not elevated, which is good.
Thankfully, Larry's pain isn't anything serious, but his weight is the bigger problem.
And in my religion, my dad is a pastor, and in my religion, we don't believe in cremation. And when I was even bigger than this, I did my research online on what they bury a person in of my size, and it looked like a piano box. And I am terrified of putting on more weight and eating, and I'm at my ends, doctor, and I don't know what else to do.
Well, I understand that, but the weight loss surgery is not...
It's not a quick fix, I know that.
And you already had your weight loss surgery.
When Dr. Now asks him how he let his weight get to this point, Larry goes on a long rant, but the doctor gives it to him straight.
I am completely desperate for help.
All right, if you are so terrified of dying, then you should be terrified of overeating.
Makes sense.
And I'm kind of puzzled. So it seems like you know what you're doing, and you're doing it, and you're convincing yourself that you cannot stop doing that?
And that doesn't sound rational, but it's the truth.
He needs Larry to know that his eating habits are going to end up taking his life if he doesn't stop.
The weight is 639.
The next time Larry is here for his appointment, he's barely lost any weight.
You only lost 10 pounds this month. So how do you think you did?
Not good, doctor.
All right, be more specific.
Not good with the weight.
So you got all the tools that you needed given to you in the past, and you didn't use them right, and everything that you have done is being self-destructive. So why are you doing that?
Because I have a problem.
What is your problem?
Food. And you have to eat to live, but you don't have to overeat. And I have an addiction.
Obviously, Dr. Now isn't too happy about his lack of progress either.
Larry, I can tell that you're pretty smart, okay? But being a smart and being a self-destructive is a bad combination. So at this point, you have to realize everything is up to you. You're the one that you have to decide to change your life. We can't magically make you do that.
Right.
So what are you willing to do at this point?
I'm desperate, doctor. I'll do anything that I have to do, like I had stated to you before. This is my last hope here.
When Larry tries to make excuses, the doctor immediately calls him out on it.
You lost 37 pounds over 3 months, which is 12 to 13 pounds a month, which isn't much more than you were losing the first time. So what's going on? Did you make any more changes to your eating habit?
I stopped snacking.
At his next appointment, Larry still hasn't made much progress.
You're doing those exercises in the
I'm doing exercises, and I'm getting on the floor doing the exercises that you gave me with TheraBands too.
Okay. From what you described, you wouldn't need to be dependent on your walker anymore if you have been doing all that for the past few months. And if you're not going to make the progress you should, then there is no point in coming back down at your weight, even if you're flying.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the same goal, lose 120 pounds in 3 months.
He can tell that Larry is lying about following the diet and exercise plan, and he doesn't hesitate to tell Larry that.
You're 5'86"?
Yes, sir.
So in 3 months, you only lost 16 pounds. So your weight loss is slowing down. And that's not good. If you eat appropriately, you should be able to lose 40 pounds in 1 month. So the problem is that, you think you're eating less, but actually you're still overeating. So at this point, I'm not sure what we can do for you.
When Larry meets the doctor again, he still hasn't hit the goal he was supposed to, and Dr. Now is frustrated at this point. That's a wrap on Times. Dr. Now snapped on my 600-pound life. What would you have done with these patients if you were in the doctor's place? Let us know in the comments. For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to Plot Twist. See you next time.